Well, you know what's interesting is that I just interviewed Yella Beezy. He's a Dallas artist.
He got shot.
He got shot up.
Yeah. I
Someone
like that song, Favors. You did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a dope artist.
Right.
We did one of his early interviews, and you know, we actually did the interview with him after he got shot.
Mm-hmm.
And someone pulled up. You know, he was leaving like a little hood strip club or something. Someone pulled up on him on the freeway, shot up his car 23 times, hit him like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
He survived. But what was interesting in the story was he said that he actually had a gun on him.
The gun was on my lap. I guess when I swerved, when I found out like what was going on when they were hitting the car, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't find the gun. I didn't know where the motherfucker fell to. I'm trying to find it so I can bust back. Like if I was able to bust back, it was gonna be a shootout. Like you know, what I'm saying? I'm not finna let nobody shoot at me. And I got a gun. Like I'm gonna bust back. Like we were gonna have a whole fucking shootout on this highway if I was able to get back to the gun.
You could have your gun, and someone get the drop on you, it just won't matter.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, you know,
have all the guns in the world.
Yeah, it's not the gun. You know, it's like guns don't kill people, really.
People kill people.
Guns don't kill people. I mean, I know a lot of gun enthusiasts, all that. You know, go to the range, all that. Ain't gonna harm a soul. You know what I'm saying? Unless it comes to protecting their family or defending themselves.
Right.
You know, so it's the person behind the gun.
Yeah, like one of the things that me and Colin talked about that we kind of laughed at a little bit is that you never hear of mass shootings at gun ranges. But I've never actually heard of a mass shooting in a gun range.
Exactly.
Because I guess everyone else is armed also.
It's like the elusive obvious, right?
Yeah.
You don't really realize how obvious it is until you really sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense. It's like, yeah, unless you just have a death wish and you want to die, also, you're probably not going to start shooting people where everybody else has guns, because then you're probably not going to fare too well.
Think about it.
Well, it was a shooting though at a gun range not too long ago. Yeah, some guy.
I've never heard of that.
Yes, it was it was like this year.
Okay.
Or last year.
Well, you rarely hear of shootings.
Oh, you rarely. No, I most definitely, because everybody there ready.
Right.
You know, but yeah, no doubt. But it tripped me out when I heard about it happening.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, I had Mr. Criminal on here recently.
Shout out to Mr. Criminal.
Yep.
He on my album.
Yep.
Yeah, General's List too.
Cool dude, man.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot.
He is.
And what I never realized until talking to him, because I don't really interview a lot of Mexican rappers or gang affiliates and so forth. I never realized that Sureños wear blue and Norteños wear red.
Well, the Southsiders, we rock the blue rag too.
That's
pocket right now. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with how it works on the Chicano side.
Sureños wear blue, Northerners wear red. So it's like, it's just our way, yeah.
Which has nothing to do with Crips and Bloods.
Nah, not at all. We rock the blue rag, the Northerners rock the red rag.
That's always been like that?
Yeah, it has. It has. That's what they represent, the blue. And when you get past Bakersfield and Fresno, it turns red. Everything past that is red.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the last blue station up there, Fresno and Bakersfield, all the way down to San Diego. All Mexicans are blue.
This has been going on for decades and decades and decades.
Yeah. Some of them videos been out since the 30s and 40s, man.
Wow.
Yeah, you got some old videos that been around for eons. They entrenched in the community, you know what I'm saying? They are the community in some spots.
Is there Mexicans in Long Beach?
Yeah, there's Mexicans in Long Beach. A couple of videos.
So there's Mexican gangs in Long Beach.
Yeah, been Mexican gangs out
Is
there.
it as big as like the Crip gangs?
A couple of them out there is pretty big.
A
couple of them out there pretty big. They've been around since before us.
Okay.
Know? And I grew up with some of them, getting in trouble with some of them. When I didn't go to school and be running around the city looking for shit to do, I'd stumble over there sometime. And, we was cool back then, but we don't really intermingle now in this day and age. There's been a lot of blood spilled. between the two gangs, but it's kind of like balancing out now, you know, to where it's not that frequent. But yeah, Mexican gang, they get into it with the Asians out there as well. You know, it's
Brother, the Cambodians.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I know these stupid young.
Yeah, yeah, TRGs and all them.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that he said, I mean, this is actually kind of interesting. You know, I asked him whether the Mexican gangs run California. And he said yes. You know, he said surely by numbers. I mean, because when you look at LA as a whole, I mean, really the Mexicans are the biggest gangs.
Yeah,
in
they are. They're the
Mexico.
biggest in the prison system too. But we cool.
And
When it come to LA Mexicans and the surrounding, like that, like, you know, we're cool with them. We don't got no problem. They know about us too and shit. They know that we go at it with the Long Beach Mexicans.
And I remember when I brought this up to Drace and VG Naka, he's like, every gang gonna say they run Cal. Like,
They are.
He's like, oh man, come on. Like,
Who's gonna say, no, well, we don't really run it, but we in there a little bit, you know what I mean?
But isn't there more Mexicans in gangs
There are.
than there are Crips and Bloods?
There probably are. There probably are. But I mean, we always see each other. It's like, you know, if we in jail, it's 2,000 of y'all and 1,500 of us. So, you know, the numbers ain't really that much.
So it's not a huge, it's not a 10
Well, you
to
don't
1.
really see it because, you know, you more focused on your gang and what's going on with you. But, you know, it's Vadios that got members, like I say, they've been around since the 30s and 40s, and you know, members constantly coming on. Families, you know, are, because I have a friend, you know, Eddie Blue Line. He was telling me he grew up with a few friends of his, I believe in, where was it at? Was it Chino or somewhere? And he said, you know, he had a friend that his mom and daddy gang bang, and you know, all the kids gang bang. So, you know, they 13, 14 years old, they can bring women over there, they can, you know, get high. And it was like, you know, they walking right past the moms and pops, and it was like, hey, orale, you know, and it's just like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Pops like, oh, you know, come in, you know, you guys on y'all shit, you know, whatever, just checking on them like it was just normal. It was a normal progression for them to gang bang. So I'm sure it's a lot of Mexican gang members, but it's a whole lot of Crips too and a lot of Bloods.
I mean, when you look at the black gangs versus the Mexican gangs, what do you think is the intrinsic difference between the two?
Mexican gangs have, for the Sureños, they have mostly a connection to the Mexican mafia. And, you know, they're more military structured. You know, black gangs more freelance and, you know, operate how they operate, not operating by, it's a general code, but it's not really, this code doesn't adhere, the same one that adheres, the Insanes adhere to, you know, the East Coasters don't. You know what I'm saying? They adhere to a different code. So it's, the difference is, and you know, the obligation as far as being a part of a Mexican gang. You have to do certain things that you can't even question.
Such as, give me an example.
I mean, just orders. You know, it's just orders. Whatever.
So if you
the
say
order
go
is.
beat up that guy, you gotta go. You know, you gotta go do it.
You gotta go do it. You gotta go shoot him. Gotta go do this. It's not like that. You know, it's like, you know, no, we gonna go shoot him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, you know, or if he's a little homie, and it all depends on who's above him that's telling him to do it, how he respects them, how he responds. You know, it's not a do or die situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I remember watching American Me, and remember like they asked that one guy to go kill that other dude, and he's like, "Oh no, that was my homie back in the day." And they're like, "All right," and then that next day they killed the dude they asked, and from their own gang.
Yeah.
And they were saying how everything changed because everyone saw that they were willing to kill their own. And he said at that point everyone kind of took a step back, like, okay, these guys are a little different.
Right.
And you're saying that's how the Mexican gangs are.
Yeah, Mexican. Yeah, they operate they operate pretty structured, and they they own their shit.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember Freeway Ricky Ross told me that.
Black gangs really don't have the leadership stuff like
No.
not like, you know. I mean, I've been in the joint with them. I had never been around Mexican gangs before or white gangs before. They have leaders. They have what they call shot callers.
But you're saying that the Crips and Bloods didn't have that.
They don't really go by those rules, you know. They got a guy that may call the shots on 2 or 3 guys, you know, they follow him. But when you're talking about he's gonna dictate to the whole hood, that ain't finna happen.
No.
Black gangs don't do it. If they did, they would be a lot more powerful than what they've been. I think one of the problems is lack of organization.
Well, no, it's individual influence. You know, you have certain gang members that can actually make some people not make, but initiate people from other hoods to get down with his program, or you know, it's just depending on his respect level throughout, you know, the gang culture. You know, so it's not like one person oversees all the Crips, or you know, it's too many. You know, it's too many. And then, you know, same situation with the Bloods. I don't think it's really one person that, you know, gives them a directive, but it's a couple of people that they respect, like us, you know, that we respect overall, that we defer to in a situation.
Yeah, and I remember, you know, Dresta talked about how he got shot recently, and you know, and him and BG Knockout were talking about the situation. They were saying how, I guess he went back to his old neighborhood and whatever else, and BG was talking about how, you know, even though you're from there, these young dudes really don't care. There is not that established, okay, that's so-and-so, we gotta leave him alone and show him respect.
There is, but you have to establish that.
Establish that, yeah.
Consistently.
Right.
It's not like, oh, I did this back in '97 and then it's 2018 and, you know, it's like, what have you done since then? You know what I'm saying? You have to constantly, you know, pay your dues and, you know, make your representation felt and understood.
Yeah.
You know, it's a constantly evolving world, and youngsters run it. You know, G's run the pen, youngsters run the streets pretty much. So, you know, you have to know how to maintain your position within that balance.